You know, when I was growing up, my grandma used to always say, you always got your mouth open when it shouldn't be open, and it's closed when it should be open. And that's basically saying, for those who are not used to the Southern terms, that I'm always talking or talking too much or having my mouth in use when it shouldn't be. In other words, saying things that I shouldn't be saying or in bad timing, bad situations, right? But it's closed, my mouth is closed when it should be open, saying that I should be using my words, opening my mouth when I need help, when I'm bringing some type of value. So mouth open when it shouldn't be open, mouth closed when it should be open. But this is the case with a lot of men in general, but especially when it comes to things that men like, what they crave about when it comes to their woman. A lot of men keep their mouths closed and they don't want to admit these things, but that's why I'm here. Your internet brother, your internet cousin. I'm going to tell you the things today on this beautiful rainy day, the things that decent men, good men crave in their woman, but rarely admit. So if you like to hear things about decent men, good men, the mindset of decent men, good men, along with what we crave and what we like, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, because that is what I talk about with a positive spin. All right, so let's get to the first one. What do decent men crave for in their woman? Coming from my perspective, my opinion. And the first thing I'm gonna bring up to you is her enthusiasm in the things he's excited about. All right, you are the number one person in his life. You are his lady. You are his love. You are his best friend. Who better to tell something that I'm excited about than you? But you know what's even better? When I tell you this thing that I'm excited about and you're bringing that same excitement right back to me, you bouncing it right back to me. Now that makes me want to engage even more and tell you even more. Now I love talking to you because you're so amazing to talk to, because your feedback is A1. And this thing that I'm excited about doesn't necessarily have to be something that you like or something that you're into. This is about me right now. When I come to you and tell you something that I am amped on and you bounce back that same energy to me, that same curiosity, you're asking me questions about what I'm talking about. You're trying to get more info out of me about this certain thing. Your facial expression shows that you are here with me when I'm telling you this. That is exciting just as much as I'm excited about this thing. Your interaction, your feedback, your interest in what your man is interested in. That is what decent men love and what they crave for in their woman. Let me tell you something. When you have a man or your man go to you and tell you about something that he's excited for, and you don't bring that energy, you don't seem excited, you seem like you don't care, or because it's not something that you like, you seem disinterested, that type of approach does not motivate us to tell you about anything that goes on in our heads, because we see how you react about the things we like, and that does not inspire us to tell you about the things that makes us who we are. The things that we like, desire, want, are excited about is a big part of who we are. So if you're bringing positive, exciting, contagious energy when I'm telling you something that I'm excited about, that will boost his confidence in you. That will boost his interaction and his communication with you. That will boost his desire to want to tell you things. That's a big plus. We crave that in our woman, all right? The second thing that decent men crave for but rarely admit, we're going to stick with conversation right now, communication right now, and that is giving open-endedness instead of dead-end answers. So let's think about open-ended. What is open-ended? Open-ended is when you have a conversation that spreads out, branches out, viral. When this man is talking to you, you're giving him communication back that makes him want to dive deeper into whatever y'all talking about. You're saying things, you're saying certain words, certain terms, you're asking questions to make him elaborate on whatever he's bringing up to you, right? Dead end answers are usually one word answers, or certain words or terms that do not inspire elaboration, such as no, yes, maybe, I don't know. Usually when those words are introduced in the conversation, it creates a dead end. It doesn't cause elaboration or the desire to dive deeper into whatever conversation topic y'all talking about. So when your man comes to you and he's trying to have a conversation with you and you make it open-ended, not only does it inspire him to dive deeper and to think deeper on this topic that y'all talking about, but it shows that you care. It shows that you are invested in this topic. It shows that you are present. It shows that you want to talk to him. It's pretty simple. And just think about it. Put yourself in these shoes. When you're trying to have a conversation with someone, no matter the situation or whoever the person is to you, it could be your boss, it could be your friend, it could be whatever, and you're trying to have a conversation with them and they give you a dead-ended answer, a yes or a no, or I don't know, or go ask Susan. That stops you dead in your tracks. In fact, it will make you feel disrespected. because you'll feel like this person does not want to talk to you. It does not inspire you to dive deeper into your conversation. It does not show that this person that you talk to wants to participate in communication with you. So your decent man, your good man loves you for real. And a big part of that expression in love is communication. If I cannot communicate with you because you're giving dead end answers, then this conversation is just that, dead end. And the thing with dead end conversations is that can send cracks throughout the rest of your relationship, because communication is such a big part of all relationships. Decent men crave open-endedness in his communication with his woman. Let's go to the third thing that decent men crave in women, and that is having his back in public display. Now, the reason why I emphasize on public display is because having your man's back, or having your partner's back in general, in private is easy to do. Yes, it's important, but it's easy to do because it's just y'all two. The more courageous thing to do is to show support in public, in front of other people. This kind of reminds me of how I feel about friendships, right? You can't tell me in private that you're my friend until you show your friendship, your real loyalty to me in front of other people. Or when I'm not around, will you defend me? Will you have my back when people are talking about me? That shows what a true friend is. So in general, in public is how you show the real. So when your man sees your loyalty, your support in public, when he doesn't have to say anything because you took it and you got his back, when y'all are in a situation, and I'm gonna bring one example, when a man gets in an argument with a woman. I'm gonna be real with y'all. A lot of us do not want to argue with a woman because at the end of the day, we look like the loser. When a man argues with a woman, whether he is right or wrong, we look wrong. So if you, as his woman, tells him like, oh, I got this, and you got his back with that woman, that's just an example, but that means a lot. That is what he craves, your support in the public eye. And also, I'm not just talking physically, I'm talking about emotionally too, mentally. When you support, when you tell him things like affirmations, when you say things to increase his confidence, when you show your real love to your man in front of other people, they know how serious y'all are. It is unquestionable how you feel about your man and vice versa, because you show in public. You don't just show in private. They be like, yo, she really be down for her man. I've seen her plenty of times defend him or have his back and not care who's around. That's a strong look. And I'm telling you, your man appreciates that more than you know. The next thing that I'm going to talk about that decent men crave for in their woman, but rarely admit, is telling him that he's doing good. Telling him that he's doing a good job. Telling him that he's a good father. Telling him that he's a good lover. Telling him that he's a good man. Now listen, this is not a necessity. This is not a must. A lot of y'all are going to say, you should not tell a man that he's doing good at what he's already supposed to be doing. That is not the point here. The point is reinforcing that good image in a man. Sometimes we go through things in life that makes us forget that we are actually decent human beings. Decent fathers, hard workers. Life be life sometimes. And it is perfectly okay to reinforce that positive image in not just your man, but your son, your father, your brother. I'm trying to tell you, men need that reinforcement sometimes. When your man hears those good comments coming from you to his ears, it does things to him. It is almost magic. Not only does it reinforce that image and reminds him of who he is, but it shows how much you truly rock with him. That you are his woman and no other woman is going to do better than you. He could depend on you, that your support is always on standby. He cannot lose with you. That is what we feel when we hear that from our woman. A decent man is going to appreciate that. He's going to take that in. He's going to remember that. And he's going to reciprocate that back into your life. This is not just a one-sided thing. What you do for him, he will do for you, because we are talking about good, decent, solid, upstanding men here. Another fun thing that men crave in their woman but rarely admit are the unasked for and random gifts of support. A lot of men are like me. We don't ask for gifts. You don't have to gift me. I would rather gift you. It's not a requirement. I most likely will never ask for a gift. Whatever you want to give me, I'll take it, I'll accept it, and I'll love it. But when you take your own initiation and your own will to gift me randomly, it doesn't have to be a holiday. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. But maybe you see something that I need in a moment. Maybe you see something that I need help with, that I need support with. Maybe I have a business and you want to add value to me some way, somehow. And when I, the man, did not ask for it, that means a lot. It shows that you are invested in me. It shows that you want to see me do better. It shows that you are my ultimate supporter, cheerleader, and you want to see me do great. Because you got to remember, like I talked about a little bit in the beginning of the video, a lot of men don't ask for what they need. They have their mouths closed when it should be open. They have their mouths closed when they should be asking for help. A lot of us struggle with that. So it is most likely, and we are rare to admit, when we need something for whatever the reason. So the fact that you may know that about your man and you gift us randomly, unexpectedly to do right for us, that is what we crave for. That desire, not necessarily the gifts, but the desire that you have to see us be great. And the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to what good men, decent men crave for in their woman, but will rarely admit, is closeness. Now, when I say closeness, I'm not just talking about someone being on your tail all day or being inseparable. When I say closeness, I mean presence. Are you present with me when we're talking? Are you here with me when we're sharing things together? When I say closeness, I'm not just talking about physical, but I also mean verbal. Are we consistent with our communication? Do we engage with each other with meaningful messages or heartfelt and thoughtful conversations when we're on the phone with each other? Are we talking to each other like we need each other? When I say closeness, I mean the embrace. Do I feel your embrace even when we're not together? Do I feel your warmth as I read your messages? When we are together, do you touch me? Are you by my side? Do we chuckle and giggle and have insiders with each other when we're with others? Do we have that connection in physical? When I say closeness, do we have that healthy and loving communication? Our thinking and our mentality. When I say closeness, that is what I mean. Closeness is much deeper than just being together. Because you could be physically together with someone and be worlds and miles away from each other. Coming from the mind of your internet brother, your internet guy, Sealz the man, these are the outside of the box things that decent men, good men crave for in their woman. I hope this helps you in some way. And don't forget to keep spreading positivity, because that is what I'm trying to do here. All right? I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.